homemade kombucha. All right, so Steven is in the process of making homemade kombucha. So we're going to...
Starts with the tea.
What starts with the tea?
Kombucha.
It starts with the
tea.
Oh, it starts with, of course, it starts with making the tea. That's what you mean. I thought you meant the letter T.
Yeah, kombucha
okay.
starts with the tea.
So we have, this is the black tea. Okay, how many tea bags do you have in here?
That's 8 tea bags.
8 tea bags.
We're making a gallon batch at a time.
Okay, this is going to be for our green tea.
Green tea.
And you're only putting what?
We got 9 in here because green tea is a little bit lighter.
Okay, so this is our kombucha king right here. So the water starts boiling, okay? He puts the tea in and then takes it off the stove, okay? So that's the same thing.
Basically, we're just making, it's like making sweet tea first, and then we add the kombucha
the SCOBY
starter and the SCOBY.
All right. On here,
pull them up.
he's going to be harvesting this. We've had this for like 2 weeks. They are long overdue, so we're going to be harvesting this right here.
Let's pull
this is some good stuff. So, yep, so this is the green tea. You can tell it's lighter, and this is the black tea. I am telling you, if you have not had kombucha, it's so good that you want to make your own. So, yes.
It's very cheap and easy to make.
Yeah, and we've been making our own kombucha for...
months now.
Yeah, for months now. And my favorite is the pineapple ginger.
Yeah, so tell them the ingredients we have here for making...
So these are the flavoring part, right? Okay, so I'm learning, you see, I'm learning. So we have ginger, okay, this is real ginger, not powdered stuff. And we have some lime, so you're going to make ginger lime?
No, this is for Sobolo.
Oh, okay.
So these 3 will be in Sobolo.
Okay, so this is the hibiscus. So this is it right here. So you're going to combine the lime and the Sobolo, is that what you're doing?
Plus ginger.
Plus ginger. So for the new batch that we're making, of course you're going to need sugar, but don't worry, we're not going to add the whole bag of sugar. We just need a little bit, like Steven is saying, 1 cup per gallon of kombucha.
It's not going to have all that sugar in the Sobolo because the kombucha SCOBY eats the sugar and produces the kombucha, a slight bit of alcohol and yeast from the sugar. And so there's much less sugar when it's done fermenting. Alright, so now we're preparing the ingredients for the flavoring, which is, in this case for Sobolo, we got the lime, ginger, and of course the hibiscus leaf. Okay. So we're just using the lime juice. We're chopping up the ginger, we're going to chop into real small pieces to kind of fit into the bottle. And it's just going to kind of soak in the kombucha tea mixture and add the flavor over about 3 or 4 days, depending on how long you want it to ferment.
Yeah.
You going? Okay. Alright, so we're going to harvest the green tea. We're not going to flavor the green tea much, so I'm going to put most of it in just plain. Right,
yeah, we got this cute bottle from IKEA. Okay, and these are just what I like to call recycled.
Yep, those are from other kombucha.
Yeah.
Store-bought kombucha. Goes bottle fresh.
So this is the green tea kombucha. And we are using this bowl because of the tip right here. It makes it easy for us to pour. Yep. So, green tea.
And we leave a little bit left over. What's called a SCOBY.
In there.
So that's a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast.
Bacteria, yeah. Okay.
SCOBY, S-C-O-B-Y.
Alright, now we're going to pour it into this. I think this is like, what, 32 ounces?
Yeah, it's a quart. It's naturally effervescent or fizzy. That's just the bubbles from the yeast production. So we're gonna let it settle a little bit and then we'll top that off.
Okay.
Alright, so for the Sobolo kombucha...
Babe, just say hibiscus.
Hibiscus, okay. We're starting with the leaves. I'm going to put enough leaves to pretty much cover the whole bottom of the bottle. I use these wide mouth ones for this because it's hard to jam the hibiscus down a bottle like this. Alright, so we got the hibiscus and all of them. Now we're going to put probably about a tablespoon or two's worth of chopped ginger in there.
By the way, I tried the kombucha. This is going to be plain. Sometimes I like plain kombucha, so Steven always makes me a bottle of plain kombucha, and this is amazing. I'm telling you, it is so delicious.
Yeah, it's fermented an extra week, so it's different.
It is so good. Nathaniel. Sorry.
All right, so we got the ginger in there. Now we're going to add a little bit of
that's the lime
juice to each one. I may need to do some more lime juice because I think I want to add a little more.
Yeah, so I guess the lime juice helps with the flavoring to come out with the ginger and
I mean, it's its own flavor. Lime adds a little bit of citrusiness to it.
So now that we have our flavoring in there, this is the hibiscus, ginger, lime.
Yep.
And so we are adding the green tea, the remainder of the green tea in
kombucha.
here. So
the green tea kombucha.
The green tea kombucha. Sorry, sir. So that's basically what we're doing, filling it up. I think we're just going to be getting two
bottles.
2 bottles, yeah. Oh, mommy brains. Yay, and we got our 3 bottles. Yeah, baby.
Left for this one.
Do not come to my house because I'm not sharing my kombucha. Do not come to my house. I am not sharing my kombucha. I'm telling you, it is so good. Like after making your own kombucha, you will not. Yeah, you will not want to buy your own. You will not want to buy kombucha anymore. All right, so we're moving on.
All right, so we have all of our flavoring and kombucha in there, and we're basically just gonna let them sit for 3 days unrefrigerated, and they're gonna kind of ferment again. It's gonna the kombucha that's in the liquid is gonna feed off of the sugar and the other things in the ginger, sugar off the hibiscus basically, and maybe a little bit out of the lime juice, and basically that's gonna create it a little more fizziness to it and a little more of the alcohol, so it's gonna be really, really tasty in about 3 days. And then we'll put it in the fridge.
Wow.
But the fresh kombucha is going to go straight into the fridge.
Yeah, this is ready. Yeah, I am ready to drink.
Alright, so now we're going to transfer the new green tea into this. And we want to make sure your hands are super clean, like doctors, surgical clean, because you're touching a living organism here and you don't want to contaminate it with bad bacteria. This is all good bacteria. So you plop it out there. See, that's what a SCOBY looks like. It's alive. This is the starter kombucha from the previous batch. It's a little much. The darker stuff, that's yeast. Like I said before, basically making sweet tea. So this is the 1 cup of sugar in the raw going into our green tea, just to dissolve it, and then we're going to add the water after. And do the same thing for this one. Going up a little bit too.
Okay, so another cup. So we have 1 cup of sugar in the black tea. 1 cup of sugar in the green tea.
Yep, and this is basically, both of these are going to be diluted into a gallon. So now we're doing our black tea kombucha. This is the raw stuff. It's showing the SCOBY.
So this is SCOBY.
This one's got an extra big SCOBY. It's a beast.
So what we're doing is we're basically getting our bottles ready for the black
tea.
Black tea.
So this is going to be the ginger pineapple. So basically put enough ginger to cover the bottom. There, and we're just going to put about the same amount of pineapple slices on top.
And these bottles are from IKEA, and this is my favorite. I mean, apart from the plain kombucha, pineapple kombucha pineapple ginger is, oh man, amazeballs.
Nathan agrees.
So what Steven is doing is he's cutting up the pineapple into smaller chunks, okay, so that it will be able to fit it into the bottle.
Alright, so we're doing our black tea now mixed in with the pineapple and ginger. Should have enough here for about 5 bottles.
Ginger pineapple.
I'm not going to fill these all the way to the top because it's going to create a lot of gas with the pineapple. A lot of sugar in there.
So we got 5 bottles here. And I tasted just the plain black. It's a bit strong.
Yeah, it's going to be stronger.
So this is it. This is kombucha. Flavoring it. So the next part.
So now we're just going to let them ferment for a few days. since it's getting a little colder, it might go 3 days or 4 days. All depends on where you live, how the temperature is. When it's normally Florida hot here, you only want to do max 3 days or you have too much carbonation.
So we're going to put this away.
Yep, so we're just going to rinse these and put them down in our kombucha cupboard. And now we're going to put together the next batch. Okay, so we're going to make the next batch here. This is the green tea with the sugar. We only brewed with about, you know, 1/3 of a gallon of water with the sugar and all the tea bags. But we're going to add the water and then the starter batch from the next. So we want to use spring water, not just not purified water. You don't want to use distilled water. Use spring water because the purified water is going to have chlorine and fluoride in it. You want to just bring this up to the top here. Yeah, we use spring water throughout this process. The rest of that. And then we're going to add in our SCOBY.
The SCOBY in there, and that's the starter. Kombucha, and that's a...
And it's going to float around and just basically come to the top here. And basically this is what's gonna eat the sugar and create the next batch of kombucha.
So cover it and make sure nothing gets into it.
Yep, we're gonna cover it with our, this is like a, I don't know, cheesecloth or something. Rubber band, tie it around there. And basically this is just
put it in, like they would say, a dark place.
In a dark place, yeah, you don't want sunlight on it. You want to see what a SCOBY looks like if it just keeps going.
So this is
a giant SCOBY.
So we can ship...
We can ship you some SCOBY. Just slice a little off and ship it to you.
We can sell you some SCOBY.
Yeah. Alright, so now we're doing the black, same thing.
And it already has the sugar in it.
Yep, sugar's in there. We rinsed out the previous jar that was holding. We're just using the same jar. Just rinse it out with really hot water. We add in the rest of the spring water. Get it close to the top. It's also going to cool it down.
So you've been doing this for a while, so you know when to stop. You need to give like people like exact measurement.
Yeah, basically you only have about this top rounded part of the gallon jar of starter liquid here, and so that's how you know when to stop.
So that's the SCOBY going in there.
This SCOBY is a little bit mutilated because I've been peeling pieces off of it. Still got some yeast attached to it. That's the browner parts. But it's not a big deal. So put it
in the tea and then add the starter.
So
kombucha
on top. All right, so this is our kombucha. We have our flavored ones here. Again, our sobolo or hibiscus, lime, and ginger. Then you have your ginger pineapple and your plain green tea kombucha. This is the next batch of green tea kombucha, 1 gallon, and then the black tea kombucha, 1 gallon. All this and all you needed was 2 cups of sugar, about 8 bags of green tea, 8 bags of black tea, and whatever other flavorings you want. And of course spring water, like I said. So it's really tasty, and it's really simple and inexpensive to make. So rather than paying $4 or $5 a bottle at the store, you can make it yourself how you want. Now these are the new batches are going to take about a week to ferment. You could let them go a little bit longer if it's cooler out like it is now. And again, the flavors will only ferment probably about 3 days and then put them in the fridge. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and tune in for another kombucha video maybe in the future. And let us know if you tried this yourself and how it turned out. Until next time, stay blessed.